There are several positions on the ground you can find yourself in. One of the basic positions is called side mount. If you find yourself in a position like this, you don't want to be flat on your back. What you want to do is turn sideways, grab your opponent, and get as close as possible towards him. And then what you want to do, you want to arch your back. Arch your back and turn your opponent that way. Not to the side, but that way. What happens here, you turn sideways, you grab your opponent, you get as close to him as possible. And what you want to do, you want to arch your back and turn him like 45 degrees that way. The common mistake here made by people is that they trying to turn their opponent to the side. It's very hard to do because it requires a lot of strength. But if you do it up, if you do it upward, if you do it that way, it doesn't take much strength to do it. Okay. When you're trying to get close to your opponent, and if your opponent tries to escape, he moves away from you. You're trying to get close, but he moves away from you. And if there's no way for you to get close, what you want to do, you want to move your feet away from you in opposite direction. Reach your legs and free your elbow like this. Then you want to put your right hand on the ground, bend on your knees, and bring all your weight to your shoulder. This makes him break his grip. You grab his wrist and bring your knee. Here is the shoulder roll. What you want to do in this position is you want to keep all your weight in his shoulder. You want to lean back and just keep your weight in his shoulder. And just lift this arm up this direction. One more time. You're trying to get close, he moves away. Okay, you move away from him too. Doing kind of scissors, you turn onto the side and free your arm like this. What you want to do is you just want to free your elbow. It looks like this. By moving your shoulder, you free your elbow. Like this. And then you put your right arm on the ground, stand on your knees and bring all your weight into the shoulder. It makes him break the grip and you bring your knee and you make a shoulder lock. One more time. Again, you're moving close. You can. You free your elbow, put your arm, your knees, bring all your weight into the shoulder. What you want to do too, you want to bring your knee as far forward as possible. And again, keep your weight with your shoulder. Another way of escaping is here is hooking his leg. Hooking his leg and bringing close to you again, just to move. Again, it's pretty simple to do. Grab his leg, pull it close, and turn him over. Another way of doing it is grabbing his leg and coming closer on him. Doing it in this way. Next way of escaping from this position is by cutting his head off with your leg. What you want to do is push his head with your arm and bring your leg over. If you can, you should try to cross your legs. Pull him out of yourself. Here you try to make an elbow lock or just come on top of him and go into usual armbar. Again, you want to push his head out away from you, bring your leg over, cross your legs, and push him away from you. Here you can also turn sideways and choke him off with your legs, using your legs. Okay? Or you just can come on top of him and make regular armbar. Next situation available here is when you open and try to squeeze your neck very hard with both of his arms. And actually it's really hard to choke me in this position, but it can cause a lot of pain to my neck. And a way to escape from this position is to make a frame. What you want to, the tighter, I grab my own wrist with my left hand like this, okay? And I'm pushing with my forearm his head off. And the tighter he pulls me in with his own arms, the more painful he makes it to his own neck too. In this case, the tighter, the harder he tries to squeeze my neck, the more painful the more pain he inflicts with himself. Okay? So it's like this. And then after this, after I made my frame, I'm moving my hips away. I push into his head and bring my leg over again. Okay? I can't put him in because he still holds on to my neck. So what I do, I put him to this side and turn him over like this. And from this position, I just push it into his neck, my leg over, and my arm. Okay, now if you find yourself on the top in this position, what you should do here. First of all, you shouldn't keep your legs close to each other because you're not stable here. He can turn you over. Okay, what you should do, you should keep your legs broad, and you should also keep his arm always on the thigh. You should never let it be free like this, and never go for this headlock like this. Keep his arm here, because in this case you will have a chance and opportunity to do an arm lock or something like that. Okay? So first thing you can do here is just regular, simple elbow lock. What you do, you put his elbow on the side and push it down and bring your leg up. So bring your leg up. Okay? Next thing, what happens very often here, you open and grab you very tight here. Connect his arms and he squeezes you, trying to turn you over or something like that. And one of the variations, when he grabs you tight like this. What you can do here, you bring your forearm under his elbow like this, rotate your arm and connect your hands here, like this. And then you bring his elbow towards his forehead. Like this again. What you want to do, you bring your forearm under his elbow as close as possible, as far in as possible. Rotate your arm, connect your arms, and bring his elbow towards his forehead. What happens very often here when you're trying to apply an elbow lock, for example, the opening is very strong, and he just keeps bending his arm like this, and you're trying to fight, and you can't because he is strong. What you should do in this situation is use your legs, because my leg is stronger than his arm anyways. How we can do it? I can push his arm up for applying an elbow lock. He might resist him. I just bring my leg over and I extend it like this. And this is what's called scissors. What happens here, my one leg goes down, other leg goes up. Most important, don't keep your knees together. Leave a room for your knee to go down, okay? And it looks like this. So one leg goes down, other leg goes up. And what you should do, you should you should bring your knee joint right next to his wrist. Okay, so extend it like this. And down, one up. Again, when I fight here my opponent and he's very strong and I can't straighten his arm, I bring my leg over his arm and straighten with my leg and apply lock. Okay? Another opportunity for me to do is use this leg, for example. What I do is I'm trying to fight his arm, I'm trying to straighten, I can't bring my leg over, for example, then I push it down and hook with this leg. And what I do next is I bring my leg backwards. I move it backwards, like this, and with my chest I go forward, towards the ground, okay, towards the mat. So my leg goes that way, chest this way, like this. Again, and I'm trying to straighten his arm, I can't, he's very strong. What I do is I pull it down, push it down, move my leg upwards, and hook it. And then move it backwards and my chest forward, like this. What also people use here very often is called telephone lock, which is something like this, okay? It is very hard to apply this lock for a guy who is flexible, okay? But I would advise to use this lock as a setup for another lock, like this. When I'm trying to fight this arm, and I can't, I just push it down using my body. Push it down and grab his wrist with my other hand. Notice that I always keep his elbow on my thigh. I never move it here. I never let it touch the ground. Always here. It is very important. It is very important. So always keep his elbow on your thigh. Okay? I bring my other arm into, grab my wrist, and what I do next is I'm bringing him up like this. As if I'm pulling a blanket when I'm sleeping. Bring it up like this. And then I move my leg here and bring him down and hook with this leg. And that's that same lock that I just showed. My leg goes backward, my chest goes forward. Like this. Or I just push his elbow here. Doesn't really matter. One more time. I'm trying to fight this arm. Cannot straighten it, so using my body weight, I push it down. I pass it to another hand. I keep his elbow on my thigh. I bring it in. If it's too tight here, I can't even pull my arm in. What I can do, bring his elbow up, and now grab my wrist. I bring him up. I move my leg. I bring him down. I hook it with my leg, and I apply his elbow to his forehead, or just bring my leg backwards and move it forward. It doesn't really matter. Another possible situation here is when your opponent connects his arms in front of your neck or your head, and he tries to push you away, bring his leg up to cut your head or something like that, or he makes a frame, tries to escape. Anyhow, when his arms in front of you, pushes your neck in front of your head, what you should do here, what you should do is to put your hand to his elbow and your own elbow to your own leg. And using the strength of your leg, push his arms that way. Okay? Again. Put your elbow to your leg, push it out from you, and right next to your neck. Keep your neck very close towards his elbow. Okay, like this. One more time. He fights here, you bring your hand to his elbow, push it out, bring your neck. And what you want to do now, just connect your arms and squeeze his leg. Bring your weight on the top of it. One more time. When the opponent connects his arms in front here, you're trying to push his elbow out this way, okay? This way, and put your neck right next to his elbow. Sometimes you find difficulties doing it because he is strong. You cannot push with your arm, he resists. That's why I advise you to use your leg. push it with your own leg. Whoop. Here, connect your arms and breathe. Another basic position on the ground you can find yourself in is called mount. Some people think it's the worst position to be on the ground. That's why you gotta be very careful about this one. The basic thing here, when you find yourself in this position, is keep your elbows to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. Like this. So that you won't let him come too close to your head. One thing. Another thing, that he will always rest on your hips. So that you can use it to disbalance your own hips and he sits on them. Okay? That's why keep your elbows to yourself like this. If it happens like this, that he comes close, he does come close to your head, what you want to do, you better push it out and using your elbows, come again to this position. Okay? What you do, if your opponent sits like this, what you want to do, just to arc your back. Look at his balance. Grab his arm, hook the same leg on the same side, the same arm, the same leg, with your leg. Put your other hand into his hip, and arching your back to him over. Same leg, same arm, this arm to the side, and arching your back that way, through him over. Again, common mistake here, that people grabbing his arm and leg, trying to throw him to the side. This is not right, but you should try to throw him that way. Again, 45 degrees, not to the side, but that way. Arching your back. You grab his arm, you put his leg, put your other arm in the hip, and arching your back. Throw him over like this. From another side. And here. Another possible situation here is when your opponent tries to choke you, for example, with your hands or something like that, or just keep his arms here. What you want to do, you want to grab his wrist, or his jacket right next to his wrist. With the other hand, you can grab here. If he doesn't have jacket, just wrist him like this. Okay? And do exactly the same thing. Hook the same leg with the same arm you grab here, okay? And do exactly the same thing. Grab his wrist, grab with the other hand, hook his leg, and bring your hips up. You can work that way. Possible position is when your opponent is close to you and grabs your neck or trying to apply another type of a choke or something like that. When he's close, you can grab his wrist. What you should do here is you should pin his arm to your neck like this with your own hand, okay? Like this. And do exactly the same thing again. He is close, pin your arm like this, put the same leg and turn him over again. You can do it in opposite way too. Say, we did it for that arm before, but now we can do is this. If it's hard for me to pin it like this, what you can try to do is just to lift your arm up and pin this arm by your shoulder, like this. Lift it up. Another variation variant of doing this is by grabbing his leg with your arm. What you can do is just bring it in, grab his leg, okay? Control this arm, control this leg, and throw him over. Like this. This makes it a little bit easier. Again, what you want to do, bring one of your arms inside between his leg, for example. Let's do it this time now, here. And grab his leg and pull it up. Pull it up. Control this arm, like I said, you can lift your shoulder up. Hook this leg and throw him over. Like this. Okay, now if you want to talk with a guy in this position. Again, there are several variants here, and depending on how your opponent behaves himself, okay? If he tries to push you out, or something like that, or again, choke you or grab you, anyhow, if his arms are straight, what you should do here? You should put both of your arms into his chest, like this, and one arm is over his hand, another under, like this, okay? You put it like this. Bring your weight to your arms, jump up like this, and then bring your leg over his hand. And here you got basically arm bar. One more time. If your opponent's hands are straight, you bring one of your arms on the top. The arm you want to attack, you want to put it on the top. If I am to attack this arm, I'll put this arm like this over. Okay? So like this, bring it up, and bring my leg over his head now. Now flat. Okay, another variant, if your opponent's arms are straight, is to put one of your legs on a foot and bring your neck towards his wrist, like this. Leg on the foot, and your neck towards his wrist. And what you do here is just move your leg by an elbow. Again, his arms are straight. What you want to do, put one of your legs on the ground, bring your neck towards his wrist. And with this hand, you want to control his shoulder. You just want to push it down. Just put your hand on his shoulder like this. And now with this leg, you push it that way. That way. That way. Okay, and another possible lock from this position, if his arms are straight and he tries to pushing or something like that, is grab his wrist with the same arm. His right arm, my right arm. His left, my left. Okay, like this. Push it down. Put your elbow on the ground, right next to his head. On the ground. It's very important. Don't keep it up. On the ground. Bring this leg in. Put this arm in. Grab your own wrist. Okay? And then what you want to do is to move his arm down. And then lift up if it's needed. Lift up his elbow. Again. Again. You want to slide it down. Slide it down. The other arm. Put the elbow on the ground. Bring this arm in. Slide it down. You either think that you want to try some kind of square here, okay? Bring in, grab your wrist. Try not to grab his wrist with your thumb. Just keep it here like this, okay? bring it down. Okay, this is when you open it, he's keeping his arms straight, okay? Not just trying to push you or something like this. Okay, sometimes if he is more skilled, he will keep his elbows close to himself and he will use only these forearms. He won't extend his arms. If his arms are bent, what we can do here is, if his elbows in like this, close to his body, what you want to do, you want to grab his head like this, and using your knees, coming close, like this, bring his arms here. Okay, and at this point we can do exactly the same thing that what we just did. We can do hammer lock. We can do with this leg. We can do this, and then from this point we can grab one arm and go to regular arm. Again, get his elbows in. Grab his head. Control it. You want to stop him, prevent him from moving that way. Grab him, and with your legs, bring his arms up. Okay, like this. And again, you can do anything what I just showed again from this position. And unlock, like this. You can go to a regular arm. Okay? And what you also can do is bring his head up, like this. Bring your leg right next to his head. Okay? Move forward so that your toe will touch your knee. So you will make some kind of triangle here like this. And at this point you can do any lock. You can do anything you like with this arm. Rotate this way, you can rotate that way, you can grab another arm, move this way. You can play as much as you like here. Even if he turns you over, you lose your balance. You cross your legs, and you still have his arms. So you can do elbow, you put to your neck, elbow. You can do elbow to this arm, and cross his arms like this, whatever you like. Actually, I advise you to play in this position to see how it all works. You know. One more time. Again, his arms are in. Grab his head, bring it in, pull his head up, bring your leg right next here, and then bring your knee towards your toes, like this. Okay, from this position you can play. If he turns you over, cross your legs, and you've got his arms again. You've got his arms to apply different locks. Another for this position is if the guy is very strong, okay? Trying to pull his elbows up, but he resists. You just can't. He's so strong, you can't even bring this up. In this situation, you just play smart. Put your arm in his elbow and bring your leg over his arm. But another leg leave under his elbow, so that one leg will be over his elbow, another leg will be under his elbow. And from this position again, grab his head. Put your leg here, bring your knee towards your toe, and you've got, instead of having his two arms between your legs, you have his one arm. But it doesn't change a thing. You still can do arm bars here, and elbow locks and stuff like this. And twists. Like this, for example. If he turns you over, if you fall down, you can just cross your legs, and you still have that same thing. You still have all these locks. You still have all of them here. Okay, once again, if I'm trying to bring his elbows up using my legs like this, but he resists, and I cannot do this. I'm trying to bring his elbows up, but he resists. What you want to do, put one of your arms on his elbow and bring your leg up like this. Just don't move, don't do this big jumps, because it gives him time to escape in space. What you want to do, just put your hand here and leaving your foot in the ground. Just bring your elbow up like this. Bring his head. Put your legs, right leg right next here, very tight, very tight. Then put your leg on the ground again. What? And bring your another knee towards your toes, like this. And you have his arm. Okay, push it down. Another basic position on the ground that you can find yourself in is a cross side. Cross side is when you open it as a cross here, like this. What you should do when you're in this position? Okay, what you want to do, put your elbow right next to his hip here, okay? So that you will prevent him from moving towards your head with his legs, okay, his arms here. Okay, another arm bring under and grab him. Okay, so one elbow here, right next to his hip bone, so that you will prevent him from moving that way, And another hand here, and grab him like this. Okay, one of the variants of escape here is you want to put your leg on the ground, and move your hips away from him, like this. And in this hole you have, you bring your knee. Okay? You bring your knee in, and push him away. And come to and put him into your guard. One more time. Again, this is basic position of your hands. You put on the ground, move your head, put in your knees, put him into your guard. One more time. Using your arms here, this one, and then you want to push him away from you. You want to move your hips away and push him away with your arms too, so that you will have a space here where you need to go. Okay? It's not only that you move your hip, but you also use your arms to push it away, so that you can have a space where you need to come in. And then when you bring your knee in, you push him away from you. Okay? And hook your leg. Okay. Another variant to escape from this position is when you're in this position, you want to kind of pull in this arm this way. What you want to do, having your legs on the ground and grabbing this arm, his arm, you want to go this way. Grab his arm and bring this arm up. And your head and all your body follows this arm. Okay? And you want to put your arm on the ground like this. And use this leg to push for support, okay? Works like this. My opponent is here, okay? I bring this arm up. Okay, I bring this arm up, put it to the ground, and rotate him. If you find that your opponent's arm is here, you can grab it, okay? And if you find that you can put his arm under your armpit, kind of like squeeze it like this, if you can hug his arm like this, then you just do this, grab his arm, very close, trying to put him under your armpit, okay? Bring your arm that way. More.
Але так от правильно положити, скажи.
Okay. Another way to escape from this position is I want to grab his arm with my arm. Okay, I control it here. And what I want to do, I want to show him, fake that I want to turn him over that way. I want to arc my back and make him believe that I'm gonna turn him that way, or at least I'm gonna try to turn him that way. Why I want to do this is I want to use his own strength against him. I want him to resist opposite way. So if I'm going that way, he's going to resist that way. And when I feel that he resists, I'm using his energy to turn him over this way. Again. Because usually I keep my elbow right next to his hip bone. Okay? I want to control this arm. I grab him, I keep my elbow on his hip, and I want to show that I want to turn him that way. When he starts to resist, using my elbow, pushing with my elbow, and straightening left leg, keep this leg on the foot, bend, and straight this leg. I turn him over this way. See, he rolls on my leg. Come up like this. One more time. Again, before my arm was here. Okay, now I want to control his arm. I want to grab his arm so that when I turn him, he cannot put it for support. So I want to grab his arm, I want to keep my elbow on his hip bone. Okay? I fake it. I'm going to turn him that way. He starts to resist. I straighten left leg and push him with my elbow. Turn him over this way. Okay, if you're in the same position but on the top, okay, what you can do here. Again, you want to establish your base, you want to feel yourself comfortable here, and you want to put your legs broad to don't keep them tight and arms so that it will be hard to turn you over, okay? If you have a chance to grab his arm, if you have a chance to grab his arm, to grab his wrist, you want to push it in, grab your own wrist, and that same hammer lock, you bring it in and lift it up. Again, if you have his arm here, or he tries to push you out or something like that, push you off him or something like that, you can grab his wrist, put his arm down, and move it down. Again, you want to move this arm down, move it this way, okay, move it down. Again, the guy tries to push you or something like that, you want to put his arm on the ground, put your elbow on the ground right next to his head, bring this arm in, grab your own wrist, and push it down. And at the end, if the guy is still flexible, when you move it down, and he doesn't take, what you want to do at the end, you just want to lift his elbow up. Lift his elbow up like this. Okay, so what you want to do, pull it down and lift it up. Okay. Another what you can do from here is when he grabs his arm here, you cannot grab his wrist, you cannot do this lock, and you're in a position like this. What you can do, you can switch your legs like this, and then bring this leg over his head, like this. Straighten your back and grab his wrist. Same way, grab your own wrist, straighten your back, and push it to the side. That way. Push it that way. That way. Keep his elbow close to your chest. Okay? Push it that way. One more time. If he grabs your arm, you cannot do a hammer lock here. Okay, it's here. What you want to do, you want to switch your legs like this. From this position, you want to switch it like this. Like this. Then bring this leg over his head and right next to his head. Put your knee right next to his head. Like this. So that he cannot move that way. Okay, and you still grab this arm, control this arm, so that if you want to escape or something like that. Grab his arm very tight. At this point, you can't reach for his wrist. But what you can do, you can straighten your back, and now you can grab his wrist. Because when you straighten your back, it releases his grip, and now you can grab his wrist. Now you can grab your own wrist. Just lean backwards, and then push to the side. Or another option from this position would be, is just put on the ground, and go to a regular walk. One more time. Again, you here. Switch your legs. Bring your knee right next to his head. Control his arm. Straighten your back. Grab his wrist. Your hammer lock. Or put your foot in the ground. Down. I can't restrain myself from showing a leg lock from this position because it's very easy to do it here. I'll make another tape for leg locks where I will show all the leg locks available from every position on the ground. Okay? So when you're in this position, you cannot grab, for example, his arm. You cannot do any leg lock, arm lock. You cannot do anything. Or when the opponent especially tries to arch his back and turn you over somehow that way, what you want to do is grab his leg here with your arm. Put your elbows onto his thigh and grab his leg, okay? And move his leg this way. Grab his toes and move it towards your chest. Like this. Again. When your opponent bends his leg like this, for any kind of movement, for any kind of maneuver, if he bends his leg, you bring it in, grab his leg, you can grab with the other hand to help you if he is strong, or help yourself if he is strong or something like that, and move it towards your chest, okay? And in the same time, when you move towards your chest, you lift it up a little, okay? You lift it up and move it towards your chest. Another basic position on the ground is called guard. This position when your opponent is between your legs. Actually, it's a kind of very good position to be in if you are not very experienced grappler, because it's very easy to protect yourself while you're in this position, while your opponent is between your legs. Okay, unless that your opponent doesn't know how to do leg locks. Okay. Okay, one of the variants or arm locks I can do here is I want to reach for his leg. I want to grab his leg like this. And as if I want to bring my head towards his knee, like this. I want to bring my head as close towards his knee as possible. Okay, like this. And what I do next is I bring my leg over his head and push him up. Turn him over like this, and I have his arm between my legs, and I do an arm lock. When you apply an arm lock, one of the main things here, what you want to do, is you want to squeeze his arm between your legs. You want to bring your knees together, very tight, okay? So that will be very tight. Because if your legs are free, there is no room for me to break his arm. I have to use my hips now to break his arm. But if I squeeze his arm, look, I've got so much room to break his arm. If my leg loose, his arm rests on my stomach. That's why you want to squeeze his arm, okay? And apply an arm lock. And if it's not enough, then you will use your hips. One more time. You want to grab his collar. If he doesn't have a gi, just grab his arm, or grab his even wrist like this. It doesn't matter. What you want to do, just control his arm or grabbing his arm or his collar. Okay, for example, grab his wrist. And go for opposite leg. Bring your hand towards his leg Bring your other leg over his head and push him up. Okay, so again, you want to control one of his arms. You want to grab his collar and control his arm by your elbow, squeezing and tight here. Or you want to grab here, or you want to grab his wrist or something like that. It doesn't really matter. For example, if you grab his arm here, okay? You're going for an opposite leg. Okay, you bring your head close to his leg. Okay, pulling him up. And even if you cannot bring your leg over his head, if he's close to you, you have a chance to turn him over. Have a chance to turn him over. And again, if you remember from previous position, you bring your leg here, you've got his arm, you just line up. Okay? One more. Okay, one more time. If your opponent is too close, you cannot bring your leg over his head. You cannot go like this. Okay, it's okay. You can still push him away from you, turn him over using this leg. All you have to do is just straighten it and push him away from you. And with your arms, with this and with this, pull him up that way. Like this, and push with your leg. You push with your leg. Move on. Like this. Okay. Another thing what you can do here from this position is when you have a chance to grab your opponent's wrist, or if his arms rest on the ground, for example, like this. It's very easy to do actually. All you have to do is uncross your legs, grab his wrist, cross your leg, sit up, bring your arm around, and grab your own wrist here, like this. Then using your legs, put yourself down on the ground, knee back, doing a little bit sideways, okay? You can cross your legs again if you like, or you can put your leg over, or just hook his leg here. And with this arm, just move it up. If you open his arms on the ground like this, you can grab his wrist, sit up, bring your arm around, grab your own wrist, lay down, turn sideways, then turn sideways, cross your legs, for example, and bring your arm. Try to keep his arm bent. Don't let his arm straighten. Try to keep it bent. But if he does straighten his arm, it's still okay, just move it up that way. In this case, it will be a shoulder lock. One more time. Okay, what happens here sometimes is when I'm trying to come up, grab his wrist, my opponent wraps his arms around me, around my back, okay, hiding his wrist so that I cannot grab his wrist anymore. In this case, what you can try to do is bring your arm around your neck, around his neck, okay? Connect both of your arms here, cross your legs, and push them away from you. On this side. I'm trying to grab his wrist, but he hides his wrist from me. He connects his arms around my back. Okay, in this case, I bring my arm around his neck. Okay? Connect my arms. Cross my legs, and I push him out from me. Push him out from me with my legs. Again. I'm trying to grab his wrist. Look, he hides his wrist from me. Okay? I put my blade of my arm right next to his throat. Okay, here. Connect my arm, cross my legs, and push him away from me. Okay, another thing, why this position is good, especially for guys who aren't very experienced grapplers, is that you can control the distance between you and opponent in this position by your legs. You can pull him in, you can push him out, you can control the distance. Okay? And this why it's sometimes it's a good position to be in. And using this leverage, okay, this mechanism, what you can do, for example, you can push him out, you can push his elbow to the side and bring him in close with your legs, with his arm next to your neck. Okay? And with this other arm, you just put this hand into your own bicep and put this hand behind your head, like this. And at this point, just push him out with your legs. Again, if your opponent's got his arms here, you can push his elbow to the side and bring him in close to you with your legs. Okay? So that his arm will be right next to your neck. Put this hand into your biceps and this hand behind your head. And push him away with your legs. And that will be a choke. Okay, another possible situation here is when your opponent grabs your neck. He is very, very close to you. Okay, you're trying to push him away, but he just grabs your neck and he's very close to you. You cannot grab his wrist, you can try to do this, pull him over. But another possible way is if your opponent's arm is on your neck, what you can try to do, put on the ground, move your hip away, like this. Try to put your other foot onto his hip, your other foot. And pushing your foot, make him lie down. It could be over here. Okay? And then bring your knee to his shoulder. And extend his arm like this. And here we have an elbow. Just put your hand on elbow, another hand on elbow. Push it down. Again. If your opponent's arm is around your neck, put your foot on the ground, move your hip away, put this foot onto his hip here, and push him away. And bringing his knee to his shoulder, and pushing it down. And then move your neck towards his wrist, so that his wrist will rest on your neck. Okay? Put both of your hands into his elbow and push it down. One more time. On this side. What you want to do, put it on the ground, bring it here. If you cannot put your leg onto his hip, he's too close to you, it's still okay, just move away from him, bring your knee to his shoulder, and you got the lock. Bring your neck right next to his wrist, and you got this lock. Again. If one of the arms on your neck, put in the ground, move your hip, turn sideways, push away from him, bring your knee to his shoulder, and you got it. Okay, and the last escape I want to show you from this position is called Caesar, when you use your leg. What you want to do is, you want to turn sideways. Again, foot on the ground, you want to turn sideways. Scoop your hip away a little bit, okay? And then with your knee, you want to hit him or bring him up. Your knee like this, towards you, okay? Bring him up. And with this other leg, it slides on the ground, you kind of sweep him. Without changing. So, your opponent is between your legs, okay? What you want to do, you want to move your hips away a little bit, okay? Then with your knee, pushing him into his armpit, bring him up close to you. And with this other leg, you sweeping him away like this. With this leg, you're moving it backward and straighten it at the same time. try to slide your leg on the ground. Don't lift it up. Okay? Sweep his knee away. And you turn him over this way like this. Okay, one more time. Again, you don't want to be flat on your back. You turn sideways, move your hips away a little bit. Bring him up with your knee. And with this leg, sweep it. Sweep his knee. Like this. Okay, what you can do if you find yourself in this position? First of all, you can do a lot of leg locks from this position, but I'm not going to show them in this tape. And one of the basic moves you can do here is you want to grab his leg. If he's got a gi, grab his collar. Put his leg into your shoulder. Don't keep it like this, yeah. And bring his knee towards his forehead, like this. His knee towards his forehead. And in the meantime, you're going around him, keeping your chest right here on his leg and his knee close to his head. You escape this way. And you here. Again. When you're in this position, when you bring your arm in, grab his leg, put it into your shoulder like this so that it will be easier for you to move it. You are not strong enough to move his leg like this with your bicep. So you want to put it onto your shoulder. Now you can use your body weight and it will be easier. Grab his collar. If he doesn't have collar, just his neck like this. And bring his knee towards his forehead. And at the same time, roll around him. And you escape this position like this. Okay? If he crosses his legs like around your back, okay? You cannot bring your arm in or something like that. One of the basic and simplest ways to do it is just to stand on your legs, bring his head up. Okay, if you open and crosses his legs around your back, you cannot bring your arms in because it's very tight here. One of the easiest and simplest ways to uncross his legs will be to stand on your feet like this and bring his head up like this. This move uncrosses his legs. Now you can grab his leg, again bring his knee towards his forehead, and chest to chest. One more time. He crosses his legs, you want to stand on your feet, you want to bring his head up. It uncrosses his leg. Bring his leg, his knee towards his forehead, chest to chest. Okay. Another way to escape from this position without no using any power, it's a very easy way, is when his legs are crossed, again, when I'm trying to stand on my feet, get up, what he will try to do is to grab my ankles, uncross his legs, and put me down like this, coming up to the mount. I know this, that's why I will set this position up. I will cross my legs, I will stand up, and when he will try, uncross his leg, and try to put me down, I will bring my leg up onto his stomach, and I have an ankle lock here. This is another way to get out of this position very easily without muscling around or trying to turn him over or anything like that. One more time. What I want to do, just stand on my legs. He's going to try to put me down. Bring my leg and put it right to his chest. Because when he tries to mount me, I'm just going to push him away with my leg. And I have his leg here. I can do a kill slide. Okay? Okay, thank you for watching this tape, and I hope these simple basic moves will help you understand a little bit more, a little bit better what grappling is. And on my next tape, I will show what is Sambo well known for. I will show leg locks. Thank you.